struggle to survive in our green seas can have far-reaching consequences. Once a year, one particular meadow in Australia is transformed. Around the first full moon of winter, an army materializes. Spider crabs. For the past year, they've been feeding in deeper waters. Now they march across the seagrass plains. Hundreds of thousands of them. They clamber over one another. Creating great mounds. Nearly 100 meters long. They're not seeking mates, neither are they laying eggs. They have come here in order to grow. Like all crabs, their bodies are enclosed in a hard, unexpandable shell. So to grow, they have to break out of it. And that allows the soft one that has developed beneath to expand. It will take days for the new shell to harden. Its legs are so limp that they won't work properly. The crab is unprotected and in great danger. A smooth stingray. It's huge, about 4 meters long. It wants a soft, freshly molted crab that will be easier to eat. The crabs try to stick together. But now, disturbed by the ray, they're scattering. A newly molted crab is too weak to keep up with the crowd. The safest place is right in the middle of the pile. That is why they have all assembled here. There is safety in numbers. But the vast majority of the crabs escape, and within the next few days they will be ready to return to the depths and resume their lonely wanderings in search of food. This is no graveyard, but the triumph of 100,000 crabs successfully molted. It's July in the deserts of Nevada in the western United States, the hottest time of the year. Bands of wild horses, Mustang, are converging on one of the last remaining waterholes around. Now, water not only offers them the chance to drink, it can also bring power. If a stallion can control access to water, he will have secured mating rights to the entire herd. So stallions try to dominate these pools, fighting off rivals who venture too close. A stranger. He's travelled 15 kilometres to be here, because the pools where he's come from have already dried up. With him come his females. If he can't provide them with water, they will leave him for the white stallion, who already dominates this pool. So he will have to fight. Everything to lose. A broken leg or a shattered jaw would mean a slow and painful death. A missed kick. And it's all over. The new arrival has won. And his prize is more than just a chance to drink. He has provided for his herd and in the process stolen his rival's females. The white stallion's rule is over.
The Nile crocodile. A creature older than Africa itself, its hunting skills honed over 200 million years. Using extreme stealth, the crocodile needs to get within a meter of its prey. Desperate to drink, the buffalo seem blind to the danger. Just too much for a croc out of water. But there'll be another chance.
The differences are only in the animals themselves, their strategies and their settings. In the sky, there's no place for a stalking predator to hide. So for the element of surprise, the peregrine falcon has to resort to sheer speed. In a dive, it's the fastest bird in the world. So fast, it's breathtaking. It stalks by flying high and relying on eyes that are as good as telescopes. The fat, slow-looking pigeon might seem to be doomed, but it evolved as peregrines evolved and is equipped to watch for them. Eyes on the side of its head enable the pigeon to forage for seed and scan the sky at the same time. It spies the peregrine. And once it's in the air, it becomes a racer. The peregrine, lightness, streamlining, speed. The pigeon, strength, endurance, enough speed, and a head start. The peregrine is more maneuverable. The pigeon has a wider field of vision, though, and plenty of maneuvers of its own. It's also flying for its life. This time, the pigeon outflies its pursuer. This peregrine is still young and just learning that speed by itself isn't always enough. It must raise its game.
For sea lions to venture into deep water here is very dangerous indeed. It's much safer to stay in the shallows if they can. In one or two places, channels enable the whales to get really close to the beach. Those are the danger spots. To get off the beach, the killer has to thrash its body. No other whale deliberately beaches itself in this way or has perfected this method of getting back to the sea. As long as the sea lions stay well up the beach, you might think they would be safe. But the hungry whales are very daring. Now, several of the whales are hunting in a group. That sea lion was keeping just ahead of one of the whales, but was caught by another it probably hadn't seen. This savage beating may be to separate hide from flesh.
The Mara River marks the edge of the Ridge Pride's territory. Right now it looks peaceful enough, but believe me, it can be a death trap. I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. Lions hardly ever attack crocodiles. In fact, normally they give each other a wide berth. With these lions, almost anything can happen. The message is, don't mess with the Ridge Pride.
Donkeys have been bred to be docile, and they have no instinct of how to escape.
No animal has a concept of restraint, predators least of all. These last 45 minutes could be their undoing, and it puts Flip in a really awkward position. He doesn't want the cubs killed, but keeps to his promise to inform the village.
These two young lions are very important to your conservancy. But if these lions kill any of your livestock, you know you can shoot them if they cause problems. And it is not for me to say or ask for you not to shoot them. That's your decision. And all I'm saying to you is before people shoot them, if they kill livestock, you've got to think very carefully. Those two lions were born here, they are used to this area, and that's very valuable.
To see a tiger hunting boar is extremely rare. To capture it on camera is virtually impossible. But Bagani takes me by surprise. I'm worried. She's taking a terrible risk. But as I watch, I see a new Bagani, a changed tiger. This one is the master hunter I knew at Ranthambore. She carefully moves her tail round the grass stems to ensure she makes no noise. Surely, nothing can stop her now. The fact that Bagani leaves her kill shows her confidence. There is no one who would dare take it. This really is her territory now.
If undisturbed, Wildebeest can drink 8 litres in a single session. As his confidence builds, he is oblivious to what lurks beneath the surface. The herd is bewildered. Some have never seen a crocodile before. Even as the full horror unfurls, there is great confusion about just what is going on. And that was just the first attack. "300 hungry crocodiles live in the Grumeti River. Wildebeest react differently to crocodiles and other predators. Even the adults seem unsure of just how much danger they're in. The calf's desire to quench his thirst overcomes any fear he may have. The crocodiles maneuver around them with surprising ease. They are intelligent hunters plotting their attack with precision. A strike can happen at any time. Despite the carnage, the mother and calf survive. They stampede back onto the plains. For the baboons, it's more like a spectator sport. They might as well settle down. A single croc can take some time to overpower its victim. But crocodiles are cooperative feeders. They work together. The death roll breaks the prey into bite-sized chunks. But aggression can spill over. Wolves. These in northern Canada are the largest and most powerful in the world, and they're setting out to hunt. The pack is 25 strong, a sign that the prey they're seeking is formidable. These bison are even bigger than their southern cousins and the largest land animals in North America. For generations, wolves and bison here have been shaped by their battles with each other, making each the most impressive of its kind. The bison will not stay long among the trees. They're not safe here. The wolves are closing in, but their chance of ambushing the bison in the woods has passed. Their prey are now in the open and grouped together for safety. The wolves will need to work as a team if they're to make a kill. They circle the herd, trying to unsettle it and split it up. But the bison are armed and dangerous. They will be safe as long as they stick together. The wolves up their game, harrying the herd, a ploy to trigger a stampede and split away one of the smaller ones. The bison form a defensive circle around their young, horns pointing outwards. The wolves need a bison to break rank. But the tables are turning, and now the wolves have to retreat. The pack focus their attention on the rear of the herd, and the bison begin to panic. A young bison falls behind. Even this yearling dwarfs the wolves. Running head down, the herd's only thought is escape. A stroke of luck for the wolves. The kill will feed the pack for several days, but then they will have to resume the chase. At the frozen ends of our planet, the struggle for survival never eases. Little fish try to hide amidst the undulating swell of the ocean, the only cover there is. It's a game of hide and seek, played out amongst the waves. Their cover blown, escape seems impossible. But these particular fish have a unique ability. They're flying fish. With an extra thrust from their tails, the flying fish get airborne once more. With a good wind, they can glide for hundreds of meters. This is just what the frigate birds have been waiting for. When frigates join the hunt, the flying fish are literally caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. If the flying fish get too much lift, they become easy prey for the frigates. If they dive to evade attack from above, they could fall into the mouths of the Dorado. Food is so hard to find this far north that a wolf pack must search hundreds of square kilometers if it's to be successful. And success means raising the next generation. To do that here, the wolves must work together. So the young are raised not only by their parents, but by their aunts and uncles as well. Together, they try to ensure that each pup reaches near adult size before the snow returns. A growing pup needs more than just a few leverets. The wolves need bigger prey, and to catch that, they must hunt as a pack. Adult hares may be easy to spot, but they're far from easy to catch. They run at 60 kilometers an hour. To catch one, the wolves work as a team. One of them gets close enough to bite the hare's tail. But a hare can change direction in an instant. If it can continue to sidestep and jink, it may ultimately outlast them. Finally, it gets away. For the next hare, the whole pack gives chase. Now numbers count. The lead wolves keep up the pace. Others run on either side, so the hare can't change direction. A tiny meal for a whole pack. Kenya, famous for its big cats, the supreme hunters. Cheetahs specialize in hunting at speed. Though fast, they're fragile creatures built to sprint after small prey. They don't have the strength or weight of a lion to bring down larger animals. This male is different. He doesn't hunt alone. He's learnt that there is strength in numbers. But here, there are not just 2, but 3 cheetahs. A band of brothers. They have changed their tactics, and by doing so, have taken their prey by surprise. They have learnt that, working together, they can bring down large prey. An ostrich, a bird that towers over a cheetah and is more than twice as heavy. It can't fly to escape danger, but it can lash out with a deadly kick. A female, unaware as yet of any danger. Even with 3 of them, this is still highly risky. If one gets injured, the other 2 couldn't hope to tackle such large prey. On the other hand, if they get it right, the rewards are huge. The male has spotted one of the brothers, but only one. It's not too worried. Then suddenly there are 3. The female is slower to realize the danger, and the cheetahs switch targets. It takes the combined effort and weight of all 3 brothers to bring down this powerful bird. Even now, the ostrich could land a fatal kick. So far, the brothers are winning. Ostriches have yet to find a way to foil such tactics. Lions will normally avoid hunting in such heat. But they're also opportunists. The lions will need to bring him down quickly before they overheat. away from the herd, a bull is a formidable opponent. It could gore and kill a lion. Close to overheating, they finally succeed in bringing him to the ground. But the massive bull is not giving up. Against the odds and the full weight of the lions, he regains his feet. And it is now that the tables turn. The lions are exhausted. After a 20-minute struggle, only the bull has the energy to finish the fight. In such exposed and extreme conditions, the challenge for predators and their prey is at its most intense. In the Serengeti, youngsters spend years watching how older lionesses tackle large prey. However, it looks as though these cubs will have to teach themselves through trial and error. They begin the stalk like seasoned hunters, using the scant cover to conceal themselves. And they have to be incredibly quiet. Oryx are spooked by the slightest sound. One of the youngsters looks as though it's made a mistake. It's broken cover.
Actually, very cleverly, it's pushing the oryx towards the other lion. An oryx is quite capable of seeing off a lion as long as the antelope stands its ground and doesn't run. But will the oryx keep its nerve? Finally, the youngsters lose heart.
Back in the hive, those bees too young to forage are housekeeping. Like the hornet queen, the queen bee has the immeasurable task of laying enough eggs to ensure the health and future of the colony. The custom of keeping wild Japanese bees is as old as society itself, and Yamaguchi has kept bees since boyhood. Japanese bees are so sensitive that it takes great patience and skill to keep them. The art of keeping them lies in understanding their behavior. They make honey stores for the winter, but they also produce enough for Yamaguchi to harvest. Japanese bees may produce less honey than European bees, but the taste is very special. It's the smell of this growing store of energy-rich honey which could be their downfall, if it draws in a hornet scout. But right now, the hornets have other problems to contend with. The nest is now monstrous. The workers have excavated over a ton of earth. There are so many bodies living at close quarters that the queen and her dynasty are in danger of overheating. So workers create air conditioning, keeping a steady flow of fresh air circulating. Being unable to cope with high temperatures is a giant hornet's Achilles heel. The warmth of the hornet's nest belies the change in season.
Seasons change fast up here in the mountains, and when autumn arrives, there are far fewer insects around. This means my hives are even more vulnerable to attack. For me, it's an anxious time.
In the search for autumnal food, a scout hornet discovers Yamaguchi's wild bees. The honeybees fan an alarm pheromone through the air. This alerts the whole hive to the hornet's presence. The scout smells the honey within. A prize this rich is worth scent marking. But unlike the European bees, these Japanese bees do not attack. Instead, they lure the scout inside. Still, the bees hang fire. Then one is caught. It's the signal the others have been waiting for. Surrounded by vibrating bodies, the hornet at the core of the bee ball begins to overheat. The bees have the advantage, a heat tolerance 2 degrees above that of their enemy. At 46 degrees Celsius, the aggressor is roasted alive. The wild bees have spent millions of years living with the enemy. That's why they alone have developed this extraordinary survival strategy.